Hi everybody, welcome back. How y'all doing? So let's finish this Harlem Izabella. So if you notice, I really did not like her earring. I was so struggling with this. I decided let's go ahead and put another flower there. I mean, she's covered in flowers and red is obviously her glory, right? So I went on ahead and I used Canva and I searched hibiscus, and I'm not sure what the exact flower is in her hair. I think the artist or illustrator basically kind of combined a bunch of different flowers to make this flower, which is totally cool. But the closest one that I could get was a hibiscus. So went on ahead and we printed off a hibiscus on this same cardstock that I colored the young lady on, and I went on ahead and used the Ohuhu markers as well as Ohuhu coloring pencils, the same exact color number 8 that I used on her dress, and we're attaching that with some Elmer's glue, and I rolled it down with my, I want to say it's like a Mod Podge roller, but just to make sure it was completely flat and it wasn't going to come off later on. I went to Hobby Lobby a couple of days after finishing this because I wanted some jewelry. I wanted the jewelry to actually pop. I initially went in to get some black rhinestones, however, I couldn't find any small enough for the exact shape that I needed. And so I found this in the actual sticker aisle and went on ahead and I bought it. And these are just some red gemstones. They come in different sizes, but the great thing about them is you could peel them off individually. And so I'm like, why aren't they sticking? There was some tackiness on the back of them, but they didn't stick. And so what I found was that I was going to go ahead and need some adhesive as well for those. And what I'm using is some glitter or rhinestone adhesive, which is just I think I want to say it's like a Mod Podge. I'm not exactly sure, but it did work, and it has been great ever since. And so I stuck that rhinestone on with my finger by adding a little bit of that adhesive to the back first, and then going ahead and sticking it down. Eventually I do grab some tweezers, but they weren't I couldn't handle the rhinestone with the tweezer as well as with the glue, so I just decided to just continue to use my fingers. Now, if you remember in my live, I said that I kind of wanted a felt necklace on the top part of around her neck, basically. And I did. I found a beautiful velvet ribbon in black. Beautiful. But this little thing was giving me all sorts of problems. And so if you watch here, I'm trying to size it around her neck. I was trying to cut it on an angle because it's not quite like a straight cut, and you just have to watch the process. It didn't make it, but watch the process. I tried and it wasn't going, but I think the point was made. Addressing the yellow background, I did go ahead and color this yellow off camera only because when I initially started, I did not remember to pick up the camera. Honestly, I really didn't. Sometimes I have to remember that I need to film, and so I stopped to myself. But one thing I definitely didn't do, I didn't add any dimension with the yellow. So I literally just took the YO50 yellow from Ohuhu and went on ahead and added that yellow background. But then I am adding dimension with the, I'm sorry guys, the dog is barking, the kid is playing. This is real life. So if many of you don't know, I'm stopping, I'm not scrolling out for a moment, but I am a mom. I have a toddler and a dog, and they are having a ball right now. So if you can hear them, I apologize. However, back to the picture. So I went on ahead and I added dimension with the yellow. And so my idea is to go a little lighter around her face as if she's as if the light is shining on her. So like I want to lighten the yellow around her as if a light is shining directly onto her and someone's taking a photo of her, is the way I kind of envisioned it. And then I'll go around the outer edges and use a more golden yellow to kind of darken it as if the light is kind of now in the shadows. So you'll see me here adding in the color. So I added in the color Desert Yellow 02 by Ohuhu as well. This is from the Halawa coloring pencil palette, 72 count. I'm not sure that they actually have another color set of coloring pencils, but this is the one that I have. The best way to get the lighting effect is to just blend. You gotta blend. You have to blend. You want to go in circular motions back and forth between the two colors, sometimes adding in a third transitional color between the two, because that's the only way I can explain it. You have to blend. This takes patience. This takes a lot of time, a lot of flicking of the wrist and the twirling, so get you a good podcast, a good CD, a good, I don't know, whatever is gonna just take your mind away, so you can just literally sit there and blend. That's it. So the colors around the edge is the dark cadmium yellow, which is number 125 in the Ohuhu Halawa palette, and you're literally same thing, circular motions, blending that into that desert yellow color, and then later on adding a transition of lemon yellow, which is number 25, so about 3 different color yellows, and you're just going to keep blending and keep building it up. It's the best way. It's the only way to get that even effect, to get that actual hue that you're looking for. And this is why for me coloring is like literally just a mental release, because the colors are so calming and like literal, like you can get out all kind of frustration in coloring, I'm trying to tell you, because it literally takes your mind away from like whatever it is that you have going on. So like if you are a stressed out person, stressed out individual, I'm telling you, give yourself about 30 minutes and just color. You don't have to go all out until you know this is something you want to invest in, because coloring can get pretty expensive. Get you some regular Crayolas from Walmart or from Dollar Tree and just get you a nice coloring book and color. It is so peaceful. As you approach the leaves, you want to keep in mind that there would be a natural shadow there. So you definitely want to try to go in a little bit darker because as the light would hit it, there would be a little shadow in the background. So you want to continuously add lots of layers, but also remembering to kind of darken it around the shape of the leaf, if that makes any sense. So, of course, the shadow is going to be in the shape of her face, but so you there's also a shadow in the shape of the leaf. I guess if you thought about it, literally shine a light in front of a standard object and see how the light will bounce off of it in the back of it, and there would be a secondary shape. So add that shadow, which will add dimension to your picture and allow that leaf to pop naturally, as well as you've done it, you're literally acting as the light. So a good thing about coloring is it's a flat surface, but the reason why these or the type of coloring that I do has such dimension is because I'm adding in light and darkness and balance to the picture, which is making it and kind of popping it out as more of a 3D effect, if that makes any sense. So I'm not just adding colors to the page and coloring pointlessly. I'm thinking about it with intention as I'm doing it, if that makes any sense. So building up the piece. So here we're just going to go ahead and add a little depth and dimension to the border, just blending everything in, getting it seamless. And I wonder, can you see the hue? Can you see the difference in the shading of the darker edges? And then as it comes in, it gets lighter. Let me know what you all think. I mean, this was really a labor of love, and I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below, like, and subscribe.